This is a download from BFM 89.9, the business station.
BFM 89.9, the business station. It is that time of night. My name is Rich Bradbury.
And I'm Madeline Chung.
We are joined in the studio by...
PRISCILLIA XAVIER.
See, it's Xavier.
Yeah, you see, this
It's Xavier.
We had a
We
discussion
were
about it.
arguing earlier. Say it, Richard, say it.
Xavier.
No.
It's the French pronunciation.
So,
right?
so why are you trying to be a French wannabe right
there's
now?
that, and then there's Javier, and then there's
correct. Javier.
Xavier.
But
But
Javier,
it's Xavier.
Javier
Xavier.
would be spelled with...
It's Xavier.
Javier would be spelled with a J, right?
Yes.
Right,
yes.
okay. Ah.
But yeah, it's Xavier.
Anyway, we're not here to discuss whether her name is right or wrong, or whether I'm right or wrong, or you're right or wrong. She's clearly right because it's her name.
Anyway, it's Spotify Friday. So
I was going to do that. Can you give me a moment? Go
No,
on,
I
then. I'll let you
can't.
do it.
So it's Spotify Friday.
Go on, yeah.
So we're giving away Spotify goodie bag. Now, what's in the bag? We have a tote bag, we have a pair of sunglasses, as well as a 3-month premium pass. All you have to do is just answer this question. Now, how many bicycles did Katie Malua say were in Beijing in her song? Send your name and your IC number to 0162019,000. Don't forget to tell us what you deserve to win as well.
So, Priscillia Xavier,
Yes.
Pris, as you call yourself, singer-songwriter, musician.
Yes.
How long have you been doing that?
5.5 years now, I think.
Full-time?
Yes.
That's all you do?
Full-time for about a year and a half now.
I heard you were a copywriter back then.
Yes. Well, copywriter maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Actually, we need some ads writing, so
Yeah.
you could add a
do you
musical
now?
spin to them. You know,
Maybe I
see, this
could.
could work. This could be at the start of a new friendship.
Yes, a start of a new alliance.
Correct.
But why the change?
I guess, well, I started doing music probably in 2012, I think. Started in church, and then I guess back then, and being from a very conventional parenting, music wasn't really looked on as something serious to do.
Right.
And so for a whole 3 years, I kept on studying and doing music aside from part-time jobs. And then you get your parents telling you no, Pris, you got to start doing something more serious about your life. And I was like, come on, and then I guess I gave in to pressure. And I thought maybe if I gave it a try, if I gave something serious a try, it wouldn't be so bad. So I tried copywriting and advertising. I love doing it. I mean, it's something so interesting when you see ideas out there coming to life. But I guess after doing that, I realized I really miss doing music.
Of
and
course.
Yeah.
It's much better to be sat with a guitar in your hand singing than it is to be sat typing some...
Yeah.
Someone.
It's still, I mean, you're still
stuff.
creating
Well, I mean,
stuff.
it's a job.
No.
There are a lot of copywriters out there.
I'm-
Don't
I'm-
make them sound so sad.
I'm not dissing copywriters. What I am saying is I can see why somebody would prefer to make music
Yeah.
over
Of course.
copywriting,
So
right?
you
You're
enjoy
you're
it, your passion, right?
Yeah, you're still creating stuff, but I think there was more. It was more liberating to create what you wanted to do, what you love to do, and put your passion and dreams into it, and whatever happens in life to it.
Right.
And so, yeah, this music was just addictive, and I think that was definitely my first love.
So how often do you practice now then? Now it's a full-time job.
Well, every day.
Every day.
Every day. You just can't stay away from creating or just wanting to be in a state of, music just
Right.
everywhere. So,
Yeah.
yeah, every day.
I mean, people talk about being in the flow and getting stuff done and one thing or another. And I've often found that it's difficult to get into that frame of mind, that entirely creative frame of mind where any distraction that you have would throw you off, right?
Right.
And once you're there, you want to stay there for as long as
Exactly.
possible.
Yeah.
And you just shut everything else off around
Yeah.
you, right?
Yeah.
So friends, neighbors, boyfriends, girlfriends can be calling and you're just like, no, just leave me alone
Yeah.
whilst I'm creating. Do you get that as well?
Yes, I do. I think my manager, Manisha, would totally understand this. Because there would be times that I would tell her, no, I kind of need to be by myself right now.
Right.
And I don't want to be around people. I love being around people,
Yeah.
but when you want to be in
Alone,
a flow,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I definitely need to be a bit more of a recluse.
Yep.
Feel whatever emotions I'm feeling, whether or not it's sad or hurt. And I think for me, always writing from a place of pain or hurt comes easier than writing when you're happy. Because I think when you're happy, you just want to feel it. What can you write when you're happy? I guess you can write happy love songs, but I
Right.
think
Yeah.
people feel pain a lot more than happy songs, at least for
Yeah.
me.
Oh, it's getting very deep already.
I feel it too.
It's the first talk set. We're supposed to get to this kind of stuff later on.
Well, we can talk about more.
Of course we
can
can.
talk more about it.
Right,
later
we've got to
on.
take a short break. Anyway, lovely conversation. Thank you, Pris. I'm referring to Pris now. She was referring to herself in the third person, I should say. Earlier on, she was like, can Pris
Pris
talk
is good.
now? Anyway, we need to take a short break, but before we do, 016-201-9000, number to remember if you want to take part in the giveaway.
So send your name and your IC number to 016-201-9000 and answer this question. How many bicycles did Katie Malua say were in Beijing in her song? Send your name and your IC number to 016-201-9000. Don't forget to tell us what it deserved to win as well. And if you have any questions for us, for Pris, you can actually tweet us at BFM Radio or BFM TTON.
We will be back after these messages. Do not go anywhere. BFM 89.9, the business station. BFM 89.9, the business station. It is that time of night. My name is Rich Medbury.
And my name is Adeline Chu.
And we have...
My name is PRISCILLIA XAVIER.
There we go. That's PRISCILLIA XAVIER. She's with us all the way through until 9 p.m. this evening. As Adeline would like to tell you, we have a giveaway this evening, right, Adeline?
That's right. It's Spotify Friday today. We are giving away Spotify goodie bag. Now, what's in the bag? We have a tote bag. We have a 3-month premium pass as well as a pair of sunglasses. All you have to do is just answer this question. Now, how many bicycles did Katie Malua say were in Beijing in her song? Send your name and your IC number to 016-201-9000. Don't forget to tell us what it deserved to win as well. Again, if you have any questions for us, you can tweet us at BFM Radio or BFM TTON.
Okie dokie then. Pris.
Yes.
Pris. There you go. It's a new start for your song. Tell us about the influences you had when you were growing up then. What sort of stuff were you listening to?
When I was growing up, I think I had a lot. I listened to what my dad was listening. So at that time, he was listening to Sinatra, Bee Gees. So I had my exposure to the evergreens and stuff like that, like the green, green grass of home. But my dad really loved John Denver, and I came to love him as well. And his lyrics were so honest and simple, and it talked about the simple life, and it was nice. And
Right.
yeah, so that's where I grew up from. And these days, I think my influences have gone to singer-songwriters that I really adore, but are not really that known.
Okay.
People like Alex Vargas, Matt Corby, Damien Rice, people who are great storytellers, and I think eventually that's probably the kind of singer-songwriter I would like to mold into.
Right. You see, Damien Rice, during the kind of late 90s, early 2000s, Cannonball, for example.
Yeah.
He had a massive hit with that, right? And
Yeah.
he seemed to be where Ed Sheeran is now.
Yeah.
He had a kind of very similar kind of
Yeah.
thing, and it seemed to be that Damien Rice was going to be this new breakthrough singer-songwriter,
Yeah.
particularly in the UK and Europe. People
Yeah.
loved the guy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he kind of faded away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
where
we-
is he right now?
What-
Is he still writing songs?
He still writes music, yeah, of course, but we don't get he doesn't have the success like Ed Sheeran has right now, or somebody like that. And don't get me wrong, Ed Sheeran is talented,
Yeah.
but yeah,
But, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I guess success is subjective. I
Correct,
think
yeah.
what he's doing right now is probably the dream I'd like to live, you know. And
Yeah.
he's doing little intimate shows around Europe pretty consistently, and he recently came down to
Yeah.
Asia to tour, and he did it just one person on stage,
Yeah.
and the stuff that he does on stage to just get people into his music, you know, having wine with a couple and getting emotional with their stories. I think that's something very hard and very special
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
But I think he's got it. I think he's really special.
No, I agree, and I think the whole idea of storytelling within music, I think, is really, really important.
Yeah.
And not just from a singer's perspective. I think also if you are talented enough to be able to say something with your guitar at the same time,
Yeah.
and then combine the two,
Yeah.
you know, that's something quite magical, and there's
Yeah.
very few people that can do that
Yeah.
in such a way that is
Yeah.
compelling enough to listen, right?
Yeah. And I think storytelling coupled with conviction is magic.
Right.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing that would make you as a listener want to cry. And I think eventually you want to, at the end of the day, I think what you want to leave to someone is an impression. So you want to touch someone. So I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean,
conviction.
you're talking about these people that you grew up listening to, like John Denver, for example. And are you still listening to the same kind of stuff now, or are you kind of picking up from all over?
Yeah,
the place?
I think I'm tasting
Right.
influences where I can. I go back to John Denver when it comes to just learning how to write simply. A lot of the songs that we listen now has a lot of metaphors, and I love to write that way, but I think I don't write that way. Most of my songs are just so honest and just lyrical outpours. Sometimes I'm too embarrassed to sing them out in public, but I think people need to know that they can relate to someone when you sing honestly, and I think that's what my songs are.
Where do you start writing? Does it normally start with a lick? Does it normally start with a lyric, or can it be a combination of both?
Sometimes both, but I think sometimes it's a state of mind or an incident or an experience, and you kind of want to mull over that thought, you know, kind of like chicken soup, and see where it goes. And yeah, I actually try to write a phrase down first, and then see if the music fits into it, and then put those two together. And sometimes, most people, sometimes I do that too, is start with the song first, and then put the words into the song. And yeah, I guess both.
So is it based on your life experience and all?
Yeah, I would say most of them are based on life experiences. Growing up, love, angst, and yeah. Yeah, honest stuff.
Right.
Yeah, scary too, but
Scary.
yeah. Don't you think? You sing something so honest out there, and you put yourself out there to be judged. But I think at the end of the day, what really makes me gratified is someone coming up to me and saying like, "I felt that," you know. And ideally, I'd like to do that every single time.
But I think a lot of that, though, is to do with the performance of it, and you being able to, or whoever being able to form a rapport with your audience, for example, and like what you said earlier on about it being honest.
Yeah.
I think if that honesty comes across early on in your performance, or early on in your show, or even just in your first few lyrics, I think that helps you kind of bond with the audience a lot easier.
Yeah.
Particularly if it's in somewhere smaller venue, somewhere
exactly.
like that. So let's talk about venues, and let's talk about some of the gigs that you've played, because I understand you've played in Bangkok as well, and you played in Jakarta. And, you know, so where's your favorite place you've played so far?
Well, when it comes to, I love intimate settings. So in town, in KL, I would have to say Reels has this really, really pretty small stage, and the place is dark and cozy, and you have this opportunity to just weave a little story along with your songs. And I think people there generally come there to listen and be immersed with whatever you want to share. And yeah, it's like original songs people listen to, covers people listen to, just and that's fun. I think I've had a really, really good time. I followed So Far Sounds for a while, and that has been in my bucket list for a while too. And so having the chance to play for an intimate session like So Far Sounds in June, I think, was probably the highlight of my year. One of the highlights of my year, for sure. And I think it's just amazing to just share music with people who are there to receive it.
To receive it, yeah.
To receive it, yeah.
And I think that's been a lot my problem with going to see many performances and many gigs here in Malaysia since I arrived.
Yeah.
Is that back home in the UK, we would have specific venues, small venues, to go and see live music. And it specifically catered for that one thing.
Right.
Here, it seems to be like an afterthought for a lot of places.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're going to create a bar. There's going to be great drinks. There's going to be great food. Oh, and maybe we'll have a stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes I think maybe if you just change that formula just a little bit.
I do hope that, you know, our music scene would head towards that direction, because I think like just having this conversation earlier on, and I think people as a listener need to make a very conscious effort to support whoever, like their local scene for sure. Because otherwise, everyone else would think that your musician's not making enough, but the only reason you're not making enough or making it big is because you don't get support. You
Correct.
know?
Yeah.
And if people actually make a conscious effort to go to venues to support their acts, and not just treat it as an afterthought, not just treat it as a place like, oh, we're just going to hang out and there's going to be some music, but no, go there and support your local acts, man, and things will be better.
So
I feel your anger.
how often do you play live then now?
This year, I probably have about 2 or 3 shows a week. Well, on average, 2 shows a week. And they're different shows. Sometimes I prepare for a solo show or a duo show or a band show.
Oh, a duo show and a band show.
Yeah. So when I do have 3 shows a week, sometimes they're all 3 types of show, and it goes crazy with preparation. The whole week would be like practice with different kinds of people, you know, different types of setting for the show. But I love it. I think it gives me an opportunity to just be diverse and versatile, or learning to be versatile, and people to come and catch different shows in the week. Because I think even if you play a lot, you need to also play smart. So you give people a lot more things to taste with your music as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah.
What other places are you performing right now?
I would say the last one was Bodega, but I've played around town a lot. Wow, Merdekaria is one of them. I love Merdekaria because it gives you a chance to just be real.
Right, it's like a blank canvas.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, it's an amazing spot. Gaslight.
Yeah.
Reels for sure. Yeah, some of the places I would definitely say my favorite because people are there just to be taken away in a journey, and I like that. And you're a pilot, and yeah, it's nice.
Great.
That's great.
Okay, we've got to take a short break, folks. We'll be back after these messages, of course. We do have news from page 2 coming up, and, of course, Smarty Pants.
That's right.
Quick re-announcement of the giveaway, though.
Yes, it's Spotify Friday. We're giving away Spotify goodie bag. Now, all you have to do is just answer this question. Now, how many bicycles did Katie Malua say were in Beijing in her song? Send your name and your IC number to 016-201-9000. Don't forget to tell us what it deserves to win as well. You can also tweet us at BFM Radio or BFM TTON if you have any questions for us.
You're listening to That Time of Night here on BFM 89.9, the business station. BFM 89.9, the business station. It is that time of night. My name is Rich Bradbury.
And my name is Adeline Chu.
This is...
And my name is Priscilla Xavier.
Right. So we had a nice long chat about creativity and love and
music. So
pain
deep.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So now we're going to lighten things up a little bit.
Okay.
Yay. No, actually, we're going to be talking about news from page 2. And we have stories about... Adeline's story is about what?
Ferrets.
Ferrets. Okay.
Don't be on the ferrets.
Weird architecture. So, right, before we get to that, 016-201-9000 is the number to remember if you want to take part in our giveaway. We're giving away Spotify swag. All you have to do is answer this question for us.
Now, tell us how many bicycles did Katie Malua say were in Beijing in her song? Send your name and your IC number to 016-201-9000. Don't forget to tell us what it deserves to win as well.
Right.
What's all the shouting?
Ferrets.
You're talking about ferrets.
Yes, I'm going to be talking about ferrets today.
Okay, interesting
I know it's
topic.
very unusual.
Yes, go on then.
Very unusual. So apparently, the U.S. government, okay, they have actually set up drones. They created drones that will fire vaccine, which covered with M&Ms.
What, so,
Yeah, to
wait, the
save
vaccine is
endangered-
inside the M&M.
Yes, correct. To save, so it's inside the M&Ms, and then it would shoot out three-way.
This sounds
Fire-
awesome.
Sorry, it will fire out three-way,
Uh-huh.
and then for ferrets, so to save them.
So they have the, like, I'm just picturing this.
Yes.
You've got some dude sat somewhere flying a drone around
Yes.
that fires M&Ms at ferrets.
Yes.
And they're saying it's to save them with a vaccine. No,
Correct.
it's not. It's some fella just there playing around.
Yeah,
right?
he's probably
He's like-
trolling everyone with
Right,
this.
he's got a
I just
video
wanna
camera.
shoot-
This is going to be on YouTube, we know it,
Yeah.
right? How many ferrets can you shoot in one day
So
with
up-
M&Ms?
With M&Ms,
Actually,
exactly.
I think they did mention the amount of ferrets that I can't find it right now.
It doesn't
But,
matter.
yeah, but there's 300.
What?
Whoa.
300 black-footed ferrets.
So that's the top score, 300.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we can log
Top
on and
score.
maybe we could try this. This would be
How?
great.
Real time.
People would love this, right? I
Yeah.
mean, if you could share something like this via YouTube or whatever, and you could fly that drone by yourself.
You know what? The drone will also be able to fire M&Ms right to the left and right, meaning that 3 vaccines can be dropped out at once.
See, there you go.
Once.
You could break that high score so
Wow.
quickly,
What
right?
if you miss it?
I'd have a lot of fun with that. What are you doing today? Oh, I'm shooting ferrets with M&Ms.
It'd be quite cool though.
Yeah.
Sounds really fancy.
It does, right?
Yeah.
Why
Right.
M&Ms though? I don't understand.
Because
why
the
not
ferrets,
Skittles?
Because Skittles are sour and ferrets like chocolate.
So M&Ms chocolate with peanuts?
I don't know. Does it say that?
No.
Well, then I'm guessing it's just the chocolate ones.
I don't
Because
know.
otherwise it would
You-
say
you're
M&M.
the smart guy. You're the
I'm
smart
not,
guy.
I don't know about ferrets. I know they like chocolate.
You look like one that you know
oh,
a lot about.
I look
ferrets.
like one. Wow. Who brought you in this show again? Who let you in this room?
Who?
Who? Anyway, ladies and gents, of course, we've got more stories coming up. If you want to get in touch with me and the idiot over here, it is at BFM TTON or at BFM Radio. Now, the story that I've
I'm
got.
going to turn off his mic soon.
It's
you
fine. You can't even reach this far. So, remember a few months ago, we did a story about how the Chinese government were cracking down on weird-shaped buildings, remember? And they said, you can't build anything that looks too weird. You can't build anything that looks too Western. It now needs to look like many traditional Chinese buildings, right? They had
Square.
this massive crackdown. Yeah, so square or the pagoda style, original, stuff.
I like that.
Yeah, they're pretty, right? Now, this was back in February, so they gazetted this thing where they said, all mainland construction buildings that are oversized, xenocentric, or weird have to be removed. So everything that's new has to be what they call pleasing to the eye, right? So we kind of fast forward a year since that whole thing was gazetted, and there is a town in Henan, right? And what they've done, it's the building for the North China of Water Conservancy, Conservancy and Electric Power. And if you look at this building, it looks like a toilet, right? It literally
what do you mean it looks like a toilet?
Right, so it has a toilet bowl, and then it has the cistern on top.
Are you serious?
Right, and just above what would be the toilet bowl, they've put a roof, and it's blue. It literally looks like a toilet,
God, is
right?
there a picture?
Yeah, there is a picture. I'll show you later. But think about it. It's for the Water Conservancy thing. So it's quite smart if you think about it, but it literally looks like a massive toilet.
Wow.
So it got me thinking, you know, I'm thinking of catchphrases for this new building. I'm thinking Chinese architects fighting the cistern. I like that, right?
No.
Yeah. Anyway, that was enough of that. It's time to move on. Of course, we have this little quiz. You know, you heard about this, right?
Yes, I have. The infamous one.
You're not nervous, right?
I
I mean, you
don't
seem
know.
nicely chilled out now.
Well,
so
just to make you feel better, the highest score is 27, but the lowest score is 1.
Wow. Okay.
all right.
Okay.
So let's have a little thing. It sounds a little bit like this.
Smarty pants.
Smarty pants.
Smarty pants.
Smarty pants.
Smarty pants.
Smarty pants.
Smarty pants. Smarty pants.
Okay, Pris, 3 minutes to answer as many general knowledge questions as you can.
Okay.
If you don't know the answer, just say skip and we move right on.
Okay.
Okay? The trick is don't get stuck on one question. If you're thinking too long, move straight on.
Okay. Bring it.
All
Bring
right.
it.
Your 3 minutes start now. What is the longest running TV show in American history? Is it The Simpsons or Supernatural?
Simpsons.
Which Disney film released in 1994 is the highest grossing hand-drawn film in history? The Lion King or The Jungle Book?
Jungle Book.
1994. Ah, that was a trick. Dakar is the capital of which Asian country? Bangladesh or Nepal?
Bangladesh.
What is the only bird that can swim but can't fly? Seagulls or penguins?
Penguins.
The Rimac River is in which South American country? Peru or Brazil?
Brazil.
Peru. Trick question. How many violins are in a string quartet? 1 or 2?
2.
Correct. What type of animal is a duiker? Is it an antelope or a rabbit?
Antelope.
Correct. The Kirin is a supernatural spirit in the mythology of which country? Korean or Japan?
Japan.
Romano is what type of foodstuff? Cheese or ham?
Cheese.
In the human body, where is the atrium? Is it in the skull or in the heart?
Skull. Oh.
The company Starbucks is reportedly named after a character in which novel? Is it Moby Dick? Don't laugh, Adeline. Or The Three Musketeers?
Moby Dick.
Correct. Who was the first host of American improv comedy show? Whose line is it anyway? Was it Aisha Tyler or Drew Carey?
Drew Carey.
The Malay cuisine made of a dumpling of rice packed into a diamond-shaped container of woven palm leaves is called a what?
Good spot.
In human anatomy, the sinciput forms which part of the body? The
Pass.
kidney or... Okay. The world's largest hotel is in which country? Saudi Arabia or Malaysia?
Malaysia.
Correct. What is the first name of U.S. actor Al Pacino? Is it Alfred or Alan?
Alan.
It's Alfred. What part of the guitar... which part of the guitar is the nut found? Is it near the headstock or the bridge?
The bridge.
It's the headstock.
Oh, no.
Which car manufacturer has the motto, the power of dreams? Is it Toyota or Honda?
Honda.
It is. Cut, color, clarity, and carat are all considered when purchasing what? Gold or diamonds?
Gold.
You've not got a ring on, have you?
No.
Right. Okay.
Put a ring on it.
What is the main character's name in the Pokemon anime? Is it Ash or Red?
Red.
It's Ash. On which side of the road do motorists drive in the UK? Left or right?
Right.
Left. Mount Nemrut is in which European country? Is it Turkey or Romania?
Turkey.
How many rings are on the Audi car logo? Is it 3 or 4?
4.
What is the symbol on the new 50-cent shilling? Is it wow or hibiscus?
Wow. Oh, new.
Love apple is another name for what? Peaches or tomato?
Pass.
Which blood type is known to be the universal donor? Is it O or AB?
AB.
Yes. Sorry, no, it's O.
Ah.
Misogamy is the hatred of what? Soup or marriage?
Marriage.
The main antagonist of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is Shredder or Splinter?
Shredder.
Correct. I'll give you one more question. An isba is a type of log house traditional to which country? Is it Russia or Canada?
Russia.
Well done. Right, we're out of time. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back after these messages with me, Adeline, and Pris. You are listening to BFM 89.9, the business station. BFM 89.9, the business station. It is that time of night. I am Rich Bradbury.
I am Adeline Chung.
This is...
PRISCILLIA XAVIER.
There she is. Right. So just before the break, we're asking Pris a whole bunch of questions unrelated to what it is that she does for a living. We're going to find out how well she did in just a couple of minutes after we've reminded you we have a giveaway. 016-201-9000.
That's right. It's Spotify Friday. Today, we are giving away Spotify goodie bag. We are giving away a 3-minute pass, a tote bag, as well as a pair of sunglasses. Now, answer this question. How many bicycles did Katie Malua say were in Beijing in her song? Send your name and your IC number to 016-201-9000. Don't forget to tell us what it deserved to win as well.
Right then, Pris, how well do you think you did?
Okay, I guess.
Any questions you think you should have got that you didn't get?
Yeah, the guitar one.
Right.
Hello, world.
Not that we wrote
I
that
played the guitar.
specifically or anything, you know. Okay.
Let's go through some of the
Let's
questions.
go through
now.
some of the questions, yeah.
So the first one, the Rimac River is in which South American country? Is Peru. In the human body, where is the atrium? It's heart. In human anatomy, the sinciput forms which part of the body? Is skull. What is the first name of US actor Al Pacino? It's Alfred. And finally, what is the main character's name in the Pokemon anime? His name is Ash.
You picked every question where it's difficult to pronounce every single word, right? That's what you did. Right? Anyway, okay, enough of that. Let's have one of these.
Ladies and gentlemen, Priscilla Xavier scored 17 points.
Well done.
Okay.
So you're the top
More
end of
than
the
half.
scoreboard. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
17
Okay.
out of 29.
Yeah. So not too bad. Not too
Okay.
bad. You
Oh,
can come
I
back.
almost,
You
I almost got the 30.
okay.
Right, you can come back and you can try again, and that's the idea. Right.
Okay.
So what we want to do is we want to end the show with one of your tracks. Right.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Just
Fact
making
time.
yourself feel better, right?
I am, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Slapping myself on
I
the back.
know.
Okay, we'll have some facts, and then we'll let you know what the answer to the question was at the end of the show. Go on then,
So
Adeline.
who's first? Me first?
Well, it's always you first, because you always say, I want to go first.
Okay, did you know that there was once Sylvester Stallone was so poor he had to sell his dog for $50?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a week later he sold the script for Rocky and bought the dog back for $3,000.
Yeah, yeah.
Aw.
Good story, good story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you know that the dot of the letter I is called a tittle?
I know.
Did you know that?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I'm going to give you another one then. Did you know that the dots in Gmail addresses don't make any difference? Did you know that?
No.
So let's say, for example, your email was adeline.chung@gmail.com. If somebody sent that with the dot in, it would get to you. But if they forgot about the dot, it would still get to you. Makes no difference. So now you know.
So each time when we actually, when we sign up for our username, right?
Uh-huh.
So when we put, let's say Adeline Chung,
Uh-huh.
and they say that, it has been used. That's why when you use the dot, right?
Correct. No, yeah, but the dot makes no difference.
So
It's
will
the
people-
same email
so will
address.
people get our emails then?
Adeline.chung and Adeline Chung is the same email address. So when it says it's already in use, it's because you've already picked it, Bodo.
No, no, you're setting up a new Gmail account.
Right. But you've already... Never mind. Anyway, but there you go. Right, so we asked you a question. Katie Mellower asked how many bicycles were in Beijing in that song. It is 9 million, in fact.
9.
She said 9 million, but it's been proven that that's wrong. It's way more than 9 million. So,
Really?
Yeah.
How many then?
It's something like 16 or 17 million. She had to come back and rewrite the lyrics. Song was never the same after that. There are 17 million bicycles. See,
Yeah, 9 million
getting-
sound better.
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, it has been that time of night. I've been Rich Bradbury.
And I'm Adeline Chung.
This has been...
And I'm PRISCILLIA XAVIER.
Good night, everybody. We will be back, of course, on Monday from deepest, darkest Bandar Utama. Good night.
Good night, all.
See ya.
Hello dunia, dengarlah tangisanku berdiri di sini. Hello semua, tunggulah sebentar kisahku bermula. semua yang pandang mendengar, adakah kau rasanya juga? Adakah kau rasanya juga? Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. To find more great interviews, go to bfm.my or find us on iTunes. BFM 89.9, the business station.